Hello everybody and welcome to flight number 7 on a series of 9 flights I'm doing between Calgary and Vancouver. This one from Kamloops to Lytton via the Thompson River. And here we go. We're airborne out of Kamloops. Let's get the gear up. Keep her straight. And the gear going up. See the compass in the upper left says that we're doing west, so we'll continue west just a little bit here, but the Canadian Pacific Railway, which we're following on this trip, as we have been all the way from Calgary, is on the south side of the Thompson River. So let's cross over to the south side so that we can follow the CP. Now as this railway comes from Vancouver eastbound, the CP started on mostly the west side of the Fraser Canyon, but it's shifted over from left to right of the main rivers, the main lakes as we went. But in this area of Kamloops and the Thompson River, it starts out on the what I would call the south side. Let's tell you a story about the name of the Thompson River. David Thompson was a British-Canadian fur trader, surveyor, cartographer, known to some native peoples as Cuckoo-Sint or the Stargazer. Over Thompson's career, he traveled some 90,000 kilometers across North America, mapping over 4.9 million square kilometers of North America along the way. For this historic feat, Thompson has been described as the greatest practical land geographer that the world has produced. For example, David Thompson navigated the entire length of the Columbia River in 1811, the first to do so. The Kamloops that we just left was founded by European explorers arriving around this time of 1811 in the person of David Stewart from Fort Astoria, then still a Pacific Fur Company post with Alexander Ross. They established a post there in May 1812 called Fort Kamloops. The rival Northwest Company established another post, Fort Shuswap, from the Shuswap Lake of yesterday, nearby in the same year. The two operations merged in 1813 when the Northwest Company officials in the region bought the operations of the Pacific Fur Company. It's all about fur at this time. After the Northwest Company's forced merger with the Hudson's Bay Company in 1821, the post became known commonly as Thompson's River Post, or Fort Thompson, which over time became known as Fort Kamloops. So you can see how important Thompson was to this region, and thus the Thompson River that we're flying along at this time. Of course, we have the CP Rail, the Trans-Canada Highway, and the Thompson River below us. Starting to get a little bit more canyon-like as we go, and we'll see that'll be the continuous trend for this trip all the way to Lytton. There's the railway on the left, another railway on the right, and the Wallachian Oxbows going by. In the early days, Canadian Pacific Railway was the first railway to cut through this area, but years later the CN Rail, Canadian National Railways, took the alternate side of the river and became competition for Canadian Pacific Railway. That Wallachian was a small ghost town. It's located about 10 kilometers west of Kamloops Lake, and it has a total population of 31. Beautiful river, nice mountains. We're flying right now at 1,600 feet, fairly low level to give us a feel for what it's like. Down low, look at this little curvy river and railway going left to right. Railway below, mountains on each side. And a big right turn. Little left turn. Down the mighty Thompson we go. I see a signpost in the sky for Cache Creek Airport off to the north, about 15 kilometers. So we're approaching the Ashcroft, Cache Creek, Boston Flats area. Watch for our left turn here as we follow the railway. On the right, going by the village of Ashcroft. I can't help but imagine how in 1860, whoa, as we go around the river curve, I gotta be careful here, keep my eyes open down at low level as we now turn towards the south. Can't help but imagine how in 1880 or 1890s, there's a Black Canyon around to the left. We're able to go down these rivers, cut through the mountains and the swamps, build the bridges and the tunnels that they needed to create this railway. Incredible. Right along the river, especially in this area now, you'll see that I'm not sure that we'll actually see it from the aircraft, but CP built so many tunnels, snow sheds, sliding sheds to prevent rocks and snow from coming down on the tracks right into the sheer cliffs of the mountains. Getting a little steeper as we go. Good old Icon A5 amphibian hasn't let us down all the way from Calgary. Here comes a canyon that looks starting to look like a canyon to me. On the corner to the left, there's the Trans-Canada Highway on the right. Railway down below on the left and on the right, both sides now. As we work our way down the Thompson River towards Lytton. Nice view of the canyon from behind, and there's highway, railway, and river below. Wow, it's starting to get to be a real town. Mountain canyon. That's Spence's Bridge that we just passed over as it crossed over the Thompson from one side to the other. Trans-Canada is now on the left side of the river, or what I would call the south-southeast side of the river. Big turn coming. (1,500 feet of altitude), flying at about 125 knots. Of course, I have it speeded up for the purpose of the video. Little view out the front window. Nice view with this amphibious aircraft. That's why we have it, so lots of glass so we can see out. Wiggling through the canyon of the Thompson River now. Right turn. Left turn, Trans-Canada below us. Small village of Gladwin. Hard right turn. Hard left turn. I see the signpost in the sky for Lytton Airstrip, so we must be getting close. Left turn around, bring it around. One more big turn or two. Here we go. That's it. Whoa, big turn. Let's go. Kamsheen Rapids. Whitewater rafting is in that area. And there's the Lytton airstrip below the left wing. We'll slow her down now so we can have a view of the Lytton area and the important point of the Thompson River merging and becoming part of the Fraser River. The confluence is just up ahead on the left. And this is where the Fraser joins the Thompson at Lytton, British Columbia. There it is there. Now the Fraser is silted. The Thompson is crystal clear. And that's the Thompson going straight ahead due south off our left wingtip. And the village of Lytton there below the nose. Gears going down, we're going to do a left turn. Line up for a landing on the airstrip at Lytton, British Columbia. Big left turn. Power down and wanting to lose some altitude now. Nice view of the confluence. Short final. Small little airstrip on a hill. Watch for the trees. Here we go. Try to keep it in the center. Let's land on right at the start. Whoa, hold it off and touch it down. Yeah. Here. Keep it straight. Wiggle. That's it. We got it. A little to the right. Some brakes. That's it. Got the brake. We got it. Welcome to Lytton. Now we'll find a little parking. It looks like it's off to the right. Seems to be a marshal or an attendant, maybe two of them. A couple of aircraft. That's the TransCanada going by on the left with that blue truck. And let's just park straight ahead close to the fuel pumps. Welcome to Lytton. We've done it. 7th flight in our series of 9. We've arrived at Lytton.